welcome to this week's edition of Reporters Blog, where we bring the stories behind the stories you watch, listen or read on any of our platforms. My name is Patricia Gasu. Our first interview is with Bibi Bedua Afo, who told a beautiful story about Tomafa, a community in Accra here, and the challenges they face. She shares her experience and behind-the-scenes happenings with me. And Bibi Bedua Ado is Bibi Bedua Afo. In short, BBA. Welcome to Reporters Blog.
Thank you.
Where is Tomafa located?
Tomafa is a town located in the Gasouth municipal.
Okay.
And you know, when you're using the Castle Street, that's the toll booth area, you could just locate it over there, but then it's quite a distance.
Over there, over where?
You could see the town, but then reaching there is
it's difficult.
Yeah.
So you went through some difficulties, I guess.
Yes, we did. We did. Being the first time, you know, we have to be asking people. We just have to move to an extent, ask before we got there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you went there by car, or you had to now join in a boat or canoe to get to the island?
We used the car, yeah. We used the car to the place. We met this woman who was selling kinky. Then we asked of her where she was going to. We asked of Tomafa. Then she said she's heading towards the same place. So we indeed gave her a lift, and she showed us the place.
Okay, so how when you got to Tomafa, how were you received by the town folks?
Oh,
were they kind, or they were just seeing strangers with a TV logo? They try pouncing on you. How was it like?
No, these are very, very kind people, I must confess, because they were just eager to talk to us. You could just be walking, see somebody, oh, why won't you talk to me? Won't you approach me? I want to say something to government. You know, these are people who were just ever ready to talk to us. They welcomed us so well, and indeed I'm very much grateful to them, because you could reach a community whereby the people there will not receive you as much as these people did. And irrespective of what they were going through, they were so ever ready to welcome us in a great way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's your first time in that town, right?
Yeah.
Your first time doing such a story?
Yeah.
And just tell me your experience.
You know, yeah, as I said, my first time. So I was just like, everything I want to get it right. Everything I just want to get it. And you know, the more you try to get stuff right, you might just flop. So just going for interviews, just asking. Actually, we have to get a town. They have a
linguist?
No, not a linguist, but like this person is well known in the town, so he has to send us to places. He has to, like send us around. Yeah, not assemblyman, but then area nigga or something like that. So, let me just put it that way.
Okay.
So yeah, we met him. Then actually we went to the chief first. So he gave us that person. This is a guy that when you are working with, you have no fear, because you will just be given the necessary information you need.
And how did you feel about that?
I was happy, yes, because you have somebody who is with you, somebody from the town, an indigene who indeed will make sure that nobody harms you. And the people there are indeed very peaceful people, as the name goes. Tomafa.
That's how did you get your story then?
Yeah. How we had our story. We had a little history from the place, from the chief over there. Okay. Then we also spoke to some people of the place, some inhabitants of the place, and we moved from one place to the other, surveying the place our own self to see what really is making news in the area.
Okay. So, Bibi.
Yeah.
The story is out there. Tell us some of the things we did not see, the behind-the-scenes things. That is what I'm interested in.
You don't really want to hear that.
I thought for the first time you did a stand-up. Yeah. Tell me about it.
You know, it was very, very interesting. Very interesting. You know, I had 7 takes of stand-ups. Yeah, I have to do stand-up for 7 times. You know, because I did the first one, it wasn't going well at all. I have to do All this while my cameraman was in the river there, you know, because he needed a particular shot. So he has to be in the river waiting for me to get it right, for him to just also come out from the river. And it was not working out.
So I guess you took an hour.
It got to, no, I didn't take an hour, but it got to a point where I really wanted to cry. Yes. And I was pampered a bit by the cameraman himself.
Good. Good for you. Let's have a look. Look at some of your stand-ups, the stand-up that BB did.
This is Tomefa, and it is an Ewe word. It simply means peace town. But behind me is where the people of Tomefa migrated from, right from an island in Oda since 1979.
In Oda, there is
good education, potable water, and indeed clinic in order to give and clinics to and clinics. So follow me as we explore the town of Tomefa. The people of Tomefa indeed want the name, since the people here have to carry themselves. Oh, Akuma, but I'm starting the last one. Why? I beg.
I guess your cameraman will be boiling, or he will all cool with you.
No. He was
encouraging you.
You know, but after he said that, no, the more I try to go up with my emotion, this girl is going to be down. So he just came to me, you can do it, okay, you can do it. Just try again, you can do it. So that kind of encouragement and motivation. And so indeed, when I did the last but one, I thought I was okay. He said, no, do that again. And have to do it again. I said, okay, fine, that's good. So my the stand-up I used in the story was the last one I took, and already I was just tired because doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then the 7th one, I was just tired. So I was just,
seven is the number of perfection.
I know, yes, you're right.
So you did the first one, it didn't go well. Second go, third, it didn't go well, and you're getting tired already.
Yeah.
The 4th one, the 5th, 6th,
the 7th, then it's worked out.
Just
one
taken.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You did well.
I had to remove my footwear to stand in the boat with some particles.
You're not scared?
I wasn't scared, but then the particles, you know, I'm not used to that, so I have to just
look at you. You want to make it sound like DB here?
No, but I was like, fine, if this cameraman is in the river there waiting for me, then I have to indeed take off my foot and just my footwear stand in the boat so that I could just do whatever thing I'm supposed to
but
do.
But did you think of him standing in the river? The thing's going to get into his feet, and you were just comfortable in the boat, and you're not thinking.
Yes, I was feeling for him. So even in my last but one stand-up, I told him, like, oh, please, let me just take the last one. Because, let me just take the last one, I beg you, because I just want to do this. Let me just take, I have to beg, let me take the last one. You could just...
I think we'll have to play, we'll play that particular one again.
Yeah, that's the last but one. Yeah.
Right behind me is Tomefa. It is an Ewe community, and this name simply means peace town. Indeed, the people here are very peaceful since they live in harmony with one another. The people here migrated right from Ada in 1979 to settle on this island. It's called Tokope. And indeed, they could not really make a living there because it's a waterlogged area. Now, Tomefa, 36 way down the line, still have problems with them since the people here do not have access to potable water. They find it very difficult to access good and quality education and still live in mud houses. Follow me as we explore the town.
Thank you very much, Bibi.
Oh, okay.
And all the best in your next stories.
Oh, okay. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Now let's focus on the young man with the Down syndrome. His family is waiting for him to die. Can you just imagine this? Because they do not believe that seeking medical attention would help him. My colleague Beatrice Edu shares how she got the information and how she covered the story.
He's down with the syndrome, but his family says he's a spirit child sent by the gods to punish his mother.
My colleague Beatrice Edu is here with me in studio. Welcome, Beatrice, to Reporters Blog.
Thank you, Patricia.
What was your first reaction when you saw the boy?
I was shocked.
Should I say a man or a boy? Because he's 18.
He's 18, so I'm finding it difficult to put where he belongs, though. But a young man, yeah, a young man.
Were you purposely going there to go do that story, or you just passing by?
I was passing by. I had actually gone to the area to do a separate story. So when I didn't actually finish. I was just getting out of the community, and I saw him sitting under the tree. And I was like, okay.
What community is that?
That's Kwame Anum in Ashalaja.
Okay.
Also, it's in the South municipality, so rural Accra,
okay.
Greater Accra region. So I just got there, and then I saw him, and I was shocked. I was ahead of the cameraman because the story I went to do, I had to do with TV.
Oh, okay.
So I called him immediately, come over, come and take some shots. I've seen this guy, and I think I'm amazed. Why is he lying on the floor? And then I heard one of the guys, community people, saying that, oh yeah, he's there because the people think he's spirit child, and that made it more interesting. So I instructed the camera guy to, begin taking shots, and I walked straight to the mother. I wouldn't say the mother, but she is somebody taking care of him.
Okay.
She's been taking care of him for some years now.
Okay.
And what even, surprised me most was when I tried to, bypass him. He started making that noise, and I was like, God help me.
You're scared?
I wouldn't say I was scared, because obviously if he was going to attack, I could have run, I could have run. But I was just shocked that, somebody lying on the floor, screaming, can't even talk, can't walk. So I felt taking the shot was okay. I wouldn't get so much close to him, but I could speak to the relatives who've been with him for some time.
Did you ask about the spirit child issue in that community? Why do they call him a spirit child?
It is not like a problem in the community.
But it's with him in particular.
Exactly, with him, because they said after he was given birth to in Kumasi, the mother brought him, and the first question they asked was, have you inquired
from the gods
whether he's human or, and the woman said yes, she had done that. 2 years after, this child wouldn't talk, this child wouldn't walk, and that was when they felt like
there's something wrong with the child. He really
must be a spirit child. They kept on consulting spiritualists, and they were told that yes, he's not a good human being, and so the best option is to kill him. But they couldn't come to terms with that, so they have to live with him.
Did you ask his caretakers how are they living with him? Because how are they able to communicate with him?
That's interesting. I actually asked. Okay, I asked the woman why they will not take him to the hospital.
You didn't meet his family?
That was the relative. That's the
mother,
a sister of the mother who is taking care of him.
But you didn't meet his mother?
His mother passed.
Okay.
According to the narration the relative gave me, that she passed a few years after she gave birth to him. And even that one, they've linked it to some spiritual stuff, because they think that the woman has some issues with the husband, and the husband wasn't really taking care of her. And so it's one of those reasons why this boy could have been sent by the gods to punish the mother.
In quote, everything is spiritual now.
Exactly.
Mother spiritual, giving birth to a spirit child.
Exactly. So when I asked about why they don't think that his condition is a medical one and that he needs attention, she just brushed it off and was like, what medical attention are you talking of? So she doesn't think that, or the family doesn't think that he needs medical attention. And so what they do is, members of the family do is, he doesn't sleep outside. But in the morning, they leave him to get out, and under the tree, in the sun, that is where he spends his day. So they send his food there, they send his water there. And when I asked, how does he, when he wants to go to the toilet?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask.
Exactly. How does he do it? Does he, you know, poo-poo on himself? And the woman said, no, they've actually created a special place for him. So when it's time, he knows how to crawl to the place.
Okay, it's good he can crawl.
Yes, he knows how to crawl to the place, do it. And I'm like, okay, how about when he wants to clean himself?
Who does it for him?
She said, well, he's able to do something, but, well, they leave him. They bath him once, which is in the evening.
Once in a day?
Yeah.
And then how does he feed? Do they feed him, or they just bring the food to him and he feeds himself?
They just bring the food. I did not, at the time I got there, he had emptied his bowl, so I didn't know how he ate. But the woman told me that they put the food there, they put his water there, just to get him to take care of himself. And I asked, okay, so when he's sick, how do you know he's sick? And then she said, he gives signs. Sometimes he will hold his head, he'll be screaming, and then they ask him, are you having headache? Then he will nod.
No, okay, he understands the language.
He kind of understands the sign language, so that's how he's able to, you know, communicate with the family and survive.
That's so sad. Thank you very much, Beatrice.
Thank you, Patricia.
Discrimination from different circles, Martha Crenshaw Acquah devotes time to a man you may see as insignificant for so many reasons, but has a story to share. My colleague Martha Crenshaw Acquah is here with me in studio. Welcome to Reporters Blog.
Thank you.
Where did you find this man?
Okay, one day I closed from work. On my way home, there was so much congestion on the streets. There was no traffic lights functioning at that time.
What street was that?
Okay, from Kaneshi through First Light to Flamingo near Matahiko. Okay, so when I got there, I was wondering what was happening. Then I realized all the lights were off. So obviously, there is no one there directing traffic. But all of a sudden, I saw that the situation has normalized. So I decided to find out who was directing traffic. And I got there, and it was a physically challenged man. That was how I met him.
We're surprised.
I was very surprised because he was on his crutches, jumping from one end of the traffic light to the other, and it's a busy intersection, and the drivers were not listening to him, but he was bent on instilling discipline. And so he was hopping on his crutches, and I tried getting his attention. It was so difficult. He wouldn't pay attention to me at all. In fact, when I tried engaging him, the moment he starts talking, he sees that someone is going wayward, then he will quickly hop, and then leave me and go and come back and say, Madam, I'm sorry. Then we'll continue the interview again.
So you got down from your car and went straight to him. You're obviously distracting him, huh?
Obviously. But when we were able to pass through and I saw him, at that time I was with my family. Then I said, we have to do this story. And my husband said, no, you can't do this. The kids are tired. Let's go home. I said, no, I can't leave this man. I don't know where I will see him again. So I got down and then I went there. So I observed and realized, okay, he's the one actually doing it. It's not like someone is doing it, but he is the one. So I went to stand behind him, and where he was standing was actually very dangerous. He was standing in the intersection and he was hopping around with his crutches. If you are able and a car is veering to your side, you can quickly run. But this man is depending on the crutches. So I stood behind him and saw that even there, I wasn't safe because the Okada riders were actually using all routes to swerve the congestion in the middle and then just get away. So I told him he was exposed to danger. He said, oh, don't worry, I know how to handle these people. I can do it.
He knows how. So were they listening to him when he was trying to stop them to control the rest?
Some were listening. I remember before I got to him, there was this taxi driver who was telling the one just before him to go. He said, one lock, you are right. Then I said, Masa, Obi directed traffic, and now
Oh.
virtually saying that, okay, you block the traffic and let's go. Then I drew his attention that there's someone there. So at least respect the direction the person is giving you, because he's standing in the middle. Said, oh, I can't see anyone there. Said there's someone there, so be patient. So I actually became his assistant.
The two of you, enabled and disabled, directing traffic.
We were directing traffic together. So after I tried several times getting his attention, I wasn't getting. I decided to do the story anyway.
Okay.
And so I did the story. Then I asked him, before I would do the story, I asked him to give me his number. Said he doesn't have a pen. His phone is usually off. And I said, okay, he should just mention the number for me. So he mentioned, and I recorded it as part of the conversation. So when I got home, I wrote the story, I did the story, and I decided, no, I need to find him again. So I called him, and he told me, oh, that day he was going to direct traffic. I said, is it the same place? He said, no, madam, I go around Accra.
He's made it a purpose to do that.
Yeah, because the first time we spoke, he told me actually that his heart desires to direct traffic.
Oh.
So he's sure it may be forever a wish, because no one will want to, the MTTD will not employ him because he's physically challenged. But if I can do something about it, that's all he wants to do. So when I called him, he told me he was going to direct traffic elsewhere. I said, where? He said, around Hansonic.
So
Said, how do you know?
Did you go?
How do you know there's traffic? He said, I've been monitoring. Around this time, there will be traffic there, so I'm going to direct. I said, okay, can I catch up with you there and talk to you? He said, give me 2 hours. The traffic must go down before you.
You don't need to book an appointment.
Yeah, kind of. The traffic must go down
in his
before.
own office, you didn't just come and then have your way. You need to book an appointment.
Yes, yes. And he's very disciplined. He's a disciplined person. So he didn't want me to get there to be waiting. And he knew he won't stop directing traffic for me.
Okay.
He won't give me that time. So why don't I wait when the traffic is subsiding? Then I can come. And I said, okay. So I waited for 2 hours.
And then you got to get an interview with him.
Yes.
But listening to him, he speaks really well.
Yeah, he's actually completed, he completed Kaneshi Technical School, but he's an orphan and he's homeless. So he was telling me, when I caught up with him, then I decided to do a story about his life. And he was so shocked. He said, now I understand how you people can pick a nobody and make the person big. Like you did to Komla Dumo. Komla Dumo went to BBC, everybody, but Komla Dumo started from Joy FM. And I said, yes, it's a matter of choice. We don't have the money, but we can use our medium to tell the story of good people like you. So I think when we're doing the interview, stood there for like 24 minutes. And I said, Bernard, you are tired. He said, I am not, madam. I can't sit down, but I can stand. Because he, according to him, when he sits, he feels so much pain in his waist. So he would rather stand. So all along he was standing 24 hours, 24
And you're also standing with him?
I was also standing
with him. Heels?
Yes. And we're doing it outside because, like I said, he's homeless. So he sleeps at First Light. When we finished the interview at Hansonic, I told him to take me to his home. And he said, okay. Then I wanted to help him jump into our vehicle. He said, no, it was a pickup. He can jump into it. Then he went inside. We moved. When we got to First Light, I said, park here. We parked. Let's go. We got down. We crossed. Where are we going? He said, my home. Where is your home? In front of a shop. That's where he sleeps. So you get to First Light, one of the shops there. Then he told me, the owner of the shop has granted him permission to be sleeping in front of the shop. And I asked him, on a rainy day, what do you do? So on a rainy day, he walks around.
Oh, that's so bad. So his church, what are they doing to help him?
He said he doesn't go to church.
Why?
He doesn't go to church because a pastor has failed him before, and then he's tried a number of churches. Some of them, when he goes there, he tells them he's homeless and he needs a place to sleep. They start telling him to learn the Bible. Okay. So
he needs a place to sleep. You want him to learn, study the Bible.
And so he was very angry that at a point in time, church elders of his church were seeing him begging in town. They won't say anything. Then he comes to church, comes to pay offering. So because of that, he won't even.
I think we'll have to continue this conversation because I'm really interested in it. Thank you very much for your time, Martha.
Thank you.
And our soundbite for the week is on the Nigerian election. Guess who is talking about the elections and his chances? The mentally deranged man who joined the MPP Wongbo demonstration that went viral on social media.
If you say I should be in Nigeria, who am I going to vote for? I vote for myself because I know I will be the leader. And I know when I should be a leader, none of them should be, no president. They will not be having any president. Because when I have a king, when I'm a king, there will not be any president. But I'm just giving you a view of what is happening at the general ground by the election. But I know that I am going to rule. And when I rule, there will not be any presidents. What I will have is prime minister. Yes, there will not be any president. What I will have is prime minister. I will choose who will be the prime minister. Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
And that's all for today. Join me for more next week. My name is Patricia Gasu.